copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Welcome back to Talladega. Out in front of the field, it's the 5 of Eric Almirola. We're underway with the Fred's 250, powered by Coca-Cola here on Speed.
Watch these guys fight back for the bottom of the racetrack. We have the lap truck of Norm Benning on the inside.
That's David Starr in the 81, just got into the wall moments ago. And that brings out our first caution here at Talladega, so the field will slow down.
Look for if it went down first. We'll be able to tell here. Looks like he blows a right front tire. Does a nice job of not panicking, just able to barely brush that outside safer barrier.
Donnie Neuenberger. It looks like Donnie Neuenberger. He slides into the 30 of Nelson Piquet Jr., hits him hard. A few trucks make their way down pit road.
That's exactly what happened. It wasn't anything that Eric Almirola did wrong, but it just creates a situation where people start moving out of their lines, and this is the result.
So hard hit to the 30 of Nelson Piquet Jr. after celebrating 1 week ago. One of the best passes we've seen this year. Now he has damage to the right side of that truck that might not be fixable.
Yeah, it looks like maybe the rear end housing has been. There's Donnie Neuenberger. Donnie had done a nice job staying up in the lead draft. This entire race, a pretty rare start for Donnie. Tough break.
Just the 4th caution coming out. Take another look. The 1 of Donnie Neuenberger comes out, slams into the 9, back up into the wall. And now
that started when Neuenberger just got up too high on the racetrack, had to pull his truck away from that outside line of trucks, and he got sideways. Just Ross Chastain.
We're watching this now. You see them on the outside line left of your screen there.
And you see John West Townley's on the inside.
He just wasn't square behind him. He got to pushing him, and around he goes. It knocks the 08 of Ross Chastain into the 07 of Johnny Chapman. In turn, it knocks Johnny into the 11 of Todd Bodine.
What about...
Welcome back. 3rd caution has come out in the Fred's 250, powered by Coca-Cola, presented on Speed by Royal Purple. This time it was, well, one of our favorites for Superspeedway racing. Todd Bodine caught up in it. Ross Chastain in the 08 got a lot of damage from it.
He was getting a push from John West Townley. We heard from Ross's truck saying he just got jacked up. Maybe a bump draft gone wrong down the back straightaway, and it just turned Ross Chastain.
We're watching this now. You see them on the outside line left of your screen there.
And you see John West Townley's on the inside.
He just wasn't square behind him. He got to pushing him, and around he goes. It knocks the 08 of Ross Chastain into the 07 of Johnny Chapman. In turn, it knocks Johnny into the 11.
They're going to put him 4 laps
and
down.
They're going to be 4 wide too, Rick. This is a really tough part of the race. You don't want to be 4 wide in the trial, and that's what will happen.
Goes
Donnie
Neuenberger. Looks like Donnie Neuenberger. He slides into the 30 of Nelson Piquet Jr., hits him hard. A few trucks make their way down pit road.
That's exactly what happened. It wasn't anything that Eric Almirola did wrong, but it just creates a situation where people start moving out of their lines, and this is the result.
So hard hit to the 30 of Nelson Piquet Jr. after celebrating 1 week ago. One of the best passes we've seen this year.
Hermie, right now Miguel Paludo in the number 32 is pushing Ryan Blaney on the outside, that outside lane. Trouble on the track.
Around goes the 9 of Hornaday. Again, had issues with the right side of that truck earlier when Donnie Neuenberger got into the right side.
Ron was still up in the top 10 right there.
That was maybe a little bit of bump drafting that went wrong, because Hornaday just got squirted to the apron of the racetrack. See if we can see what happens.
He's on the inside.
Oh, things just turned with him.
Looked like maybe he might have cut a tire down then, a rear tire, and it turned him down towards the inside of the racetrack. He did a nice job of keeping that truck halfway straight.
He hangs on to that yellow line as much as he can. He can't allow anybody to go below him.
I'm not sure why he's even flirting with it.
There's no reason. We've got to keep her over to the left. Get on him, spotter.
And there's no reason right now for Parker Kligerman to look to the inside of that double yellow line, because he can't pass him.
As much as he's flirting with moving up a lane, you never know when. Oh, we got a spinner.
Ron Hornaday through the infield once again in the 9. That brings another caution out. Caution 6 here at Talladega.
And we will have a caution inside of the last 10 laps, because we will not restart this race till inside of 10 laps. Every single time we've been here. Last lap. See Ron down on the inside. See what happens to Ron here.
running by
the right rear tire is flat.
Right rear tire has come off. He slides through the grass back onto the apron. Field coming back through the tri-oval. Led by the 23 of Jason White. Parker Kligerman on the outside. Jason White's help. The 18 of Kurt Busch. Green flag back in the air. We're back underway.
He told you.
Get to the bottom, Jay White.
You're off of him. Back up point. Back up point. One outside.
The trucks on the outside are hooked together.
Stay right on that yellow, man.
Teammates
Got
working
truck
together.
right up to
Looks
you.
like Kurt Busch has now
Stay
gotten to
right
the
on
back
him.
of Jason White, and there's
Stay right
that.
back on him, man.
Got RCR teammates hooked up on the outside. Ty Dillon, Joey Coulter. They duck in now behind the Red Horse trucks.
Still a lot of racing to go. Over 6 laps remain here at Talladega. The 2 on the bottom have pulled away from the pack, as have the 2 on the top.
But they can't run 6 laps together, I don't believe, Phil, so they'll have to break apart at some point. Who's going to time their tandem
They
drafting
separated behind
correctly?
you.
We saw the 2 break up on the high side. Parker Kligerman and Timothy Peters, they dropped down to the bottom of the racetrack. Still hooked up in front, Jason White and Kurt Busch. 5 laps to go.
I believe if I was Kurt Busch, I might take a break right here, maybe cool my engine down a little bit. If they've got to bust apart way ahead of the pack will have such a run on them. But you know, I watched Kurt Busch win down at Daytona in the Nationwide race. He didn't have any water left in his car when they threw the checkered flag. That baby was blown up, but he won the race. Does he have the same strategy here?
The 2 trying to separate themselves, but it's only a matter of time, as you mentioned, before the heat goes up on that 18 truck, and he'll have to break away from the 23 of Jason White. 2 and 3 wide back behind him.
You see guys trying to make something happen to the very pack. It's very difficult for the Red Horse trucks running 3rd and 4th to make any ground up. Now they have come apart.
The top 2 have separated. So Jason White in front of the 18 of Kurt Busch. 4 laps of racing to go.
And look at our 2 point leaders. You think you're not just desperate to get any help you can get? Those are the 2 running 1-2 in the championship battle.
And they're working together now. The big move. Out of line is the 7 of Parker Kligerman. He moves up to the high side. Doesn't have any help.
Look at the run on the outside for the RCR trucks.
Here comes the 3 of Ty Dillon pushing.
2 wide.
They go to the front of the field.
It's still 2 wide.
That's actually James Busher in the Turner truck and Ty Dillon in the RCR truck.
Okay,
Busher in front
bring
of the
him down
field.
easy.
Now Ty Dillon ducks down low.
Get down, get inside. There
He's
you go.
able to stay just behind the 31 as Busher comes down to hug the yellow line.
We talked about the momentum that everyone else would have when they came unhooked. That's what gave the lead to James Busher.
Through the tri-oval. Now the top 2 separated as they come to the stripe. 3 laps of racing to go from Talladega.
Where's Jason White and Kurt Busch going to go? They're going to get hooked up. They're going to try to go by on the outside.
Maybe just
Stay
wait
in
a
line,
lap
man, no
here,
matter
Phil,
what
and
he
maybe
does.
let Jason
Stay on
White
the bottom.
back up to Busch
They're
and see if
working
they can
the top
tie
out
it
of it.
together and keep it all the way to the checkers.
Timing is everything. Will they be able to move out of line? Because here comes the 2nd line. They're starting to move. Parker Kligerman. Johnny Sauter making that 2nd line work.
Oh, this is good stuff, and it's tense, too. These guys are all over one another.
Coming out of turn number 4, looking into the tri-oval. Crowd on their feet here at Talladega.
How about that Mount Caroga running up in the top 10 on the inside behind Timothy Peters.
Through the tri-oval. In front, it's James Busher. Ty Dillon, 1 and 2. 2 laps of racing to go.
Looks like maybe Busch is going to get a hold to the back of Jason White.
They need to go while they have room to get to the outside before that outside line gets there.
Separation still between the top 2.
I want to go now, Phil. I'm ready.
Yeah,
Well, they
I think
work-
we got to go now.
Well, they work together again. The top 2 in points, running 1 and 2. Now, all the way up away from the double yellow line as they enter 3 and 4. Here comes the outside line. Parker Kligerman making it work with help from Johnny Sauter.
It's amazing that outside line was able to get the momentum they did.
Here they come through the tri-oval. This time by, white flag will fly. They're side by side, and the 31 of James Busher gets shoved out of the way. Here comes the 3 of Ty Dillon.
Ty's able to get back down to the white line. How about Ryan Blaney now battling for third?
Here comes Ty Dillon, a little wiggle out of the 29. The next flag that flies is the one that will determine the winner of this race.
Can't believe they made it through turn 2.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. That 4 trucks, now they're wrecking.
And now they're going to wreck behind them. Trucks sliding all over. Will the caution come out, though?
No caution yet.
No caution. They're still... And the caution comes out. Now the caution comes out. In front of the field is Parker Kligerman.
Take your position.
Parker Kligerman is going to win his first ever Camping World Truck Series race, and it's going to come at Talladega Superspeedway.
Being in the right place when it got down towards the end of the race, Parker Kligerman was, with a lot of help from that 13 truck.
We didn't have any idea that with 10 to go, the right place was going to be 21st position. That's the only thing we didn't have figured out, but we knew you could win from anywhere.
This is the best damn team in sports right now. Tom DeLoach, thank you, Camp Horse around.
How about right there?
Thank you,
are your
Johnny's
top
daughter.
4 in points. We're the top 5 that crossed the stripe. A big, big day for Buescher, Ty Dillon, points-wise. Kligerman wins this race, and you see the carnage behind. This is what took place on the backstretch.
Pretty good 300th start for Red Horse Racing.
Already gone to victory lane.
Look at Jason White. He does a great job of pushing his way through. Nothing he could have done differently there, but behind him, that's when things start breaking out.
I'm going to see if we can tell exactly what the first truck to get out of line here. See Miguel Paludo and Jason White make contact, and then it forces Jason over into Lofton. He makes pretty hard contact against the inside wall. Cracked him with a lot of damage. There's Rick Crawford sliding across the racetrack, making contact with the 81 of David Starr. There's that Clay Greenfield in the 68.
In the 68 caught up in it.
You can see, watch Jason White, he's getting a push from Kurt Busch. They get to the back of Ryan Blaney. Jason holds his own there, and it looks like as Pluto tries to come around the outside of White, maybe tries to squeeze down in line and ran Jason down into Justin Lofton, and Justin has another hard impact 2 weeks in a row into the inside wall.
Once again, we take a look at what happened behind our race winner.
It
Parker
started with the
Kligerman.
orange truck on the high side. Does he just try to get back over in line?
Watch him. He's going to creep down towards it, towards that next broken white line set, and ran into the 23 of Jason White.
Nothing Jason White could have done there. It was a situation where it looked like, for some reason, Pluto thought it was clear to the inside and went down there, and it wasn't.
Crawford and Starr, 2 veterans of the series, involved in this, and we saw Clay Greenfield, Titan number 68.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.